Good morning, everyone. Good evening, and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzimus, and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new, on this channel I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality. I talk about personal and self-development. And in case any of that stuff resonates with you, I invite you to join us, guys. Give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And do not forget to push the notification just so you don't miss out anytime I upload new videos like this. Now, I'm going to talk about the chosen ones and exactly why you happen to suffer the most. Now, of course, as you already know, we have started the action-packed series of Behind the Veil, and I'm usually going to, in most of my videos, when I can, I'm going to come out and take you a little bit behind the scenes of what is exactly happening behind the veil. A lot of the chosen ones, you might have found yourself having had the most difficult situation or circumstances during your lifetime. So, first of all, you have got to know, as a chosen one, before you finally understand who you are, before you step into your authenticity and you step into your power and you discover your purpose or even find out exactly who you are and what you're all about, you're going to go through a lot of hardships. On my channel, I talk about narcissism. There can be different situations. There can be other chosen ones who have had a lot of medical conditions. There's a lot of chosen ones who have also been born into dysfunctional families. There's a lot of chosen ones who have gone through the worst experiences, per se, compared to other individuals. Of course, sometimes you'll look back, you'll step back and look back and wonder why is it that actually in your own family, you're the only one who is picked up, who is picked on. You're the only one who is suffering. You're the only one who is going to jail. You're the only one who is doing drugs. You're the only one who is having drinking problems. You're the only one who is going through paranoia. A lot of things are going to happen to a chosen one before you finally understand who you are. But first of all, you have got to understand something very important. A chosen one, before you come into this planet, you have already chose your mission. So before you come into this world, into this earth, on this planet, you even decide which place you are going to. For example, a chosen one, like I've said sometimes, most of the times I've said that the chosen ones, most of them, they are very old souls. So these individuals, they have already been here before. So their souls are very old and they have already walked this journey before. So they have already existed in so many different lifetimes. And the chosen ones, they particularly decide and they choose their specific families that they are going to be born into. So most of the chosen ones, the circumstances they are born into, they have already chosen these circumstances even before they came into this planet. So the very moment you come into the planet, you're born into whatever family you've been born into or whatever situation you've been born into, the chosen one is deactivated. So when you come onto this world, you are deactivated. And the very big purpose of this deactivation is because you are supposed to come in, because when you come into this world, you have already chosen. For example, you may have been born into a dysfunctional family, you may have been born into different kinds of situations, but you have chosen your family because it is through that family you're going to gain that experience you need for you to fulfill your mission and to fulfill your purpose. So if you have been born into, for example, in a dysfunctional family, you have already discovered that in that family, your mission is going to be breaking a pattern. You might have been assigned a mission of coming into this planet and breaking some kind of ancestral pattern. So you might have been born into that family whereby there have been a lot of ancestral patterns going on, generational patterns going on, and some kind of curses. It's like there could have been a cycle of curses into that family. So for you to come into the planet, for you, the time you come on, the moment you're born into this planet, you're born into that family, and the very moment you come into this world in the physical reality, you're actually deactivated. Now, when you're deactivated, what happens is you start experiencing life in physical form, and you have got to now start to experience exactly what it is you came here to break. Whatever it is you've come to break in that family, or whatever it is your mission has been assigned. So you're going to be placed in the exact position which is going to help you to carry out that mission at a later stage in time. Because like I've said in my videos, the chosen ones, they are going to also be they are going to be activated. Like now, the chosen ones, many of them, they're starting to get activated. So if you might have found yourself you're a black sheep in the family, maybe sometimes you are the eventually you are the person who is suffering the most, you are the person who is picked on, you're the person who is beaten all the time, you are going through every kind of problems. It looks as if from point A to point B, you are living a life of survival. You're just surviving from one step to another. Even sometimes to get food is a problem. Most of you guys, even sometimes you've seen chosen ones, they have spent time in jail due to many different situations. They could have had drug addictions, they could have had drug problems, they could have been caught dealing, they could have been caught in prostitution. So whatever it is your mission, you are going to be taken through life deactivated. The very basic reason of the deactivation is because you are deactivated to come into this planet and experience life and experience those particular situations that you are supposed to break, or actually those particular incidents and situations which are now going to open you up to your purpose at a later to your purpose at a later point in time. Because later on, as you get activated, that is exactly when you're going to find out what your purpose is. Because now you're going to go back and revisit your childhood, the moments you were born, all the time you've been growing up as a kid, until the moment you're an adult. Because most of the children, they are usually activated when they come into adulthood. So we're talking about, let's say, like about 35 years and above. Some even chosen ones have been activated even sometime from the age of 30. Even there are sometimes chosen ones who have been activated at a much earlier stage in time. As long as you have gone through the life experience in physical form and you have seen everything that you need to know, you have gathered all the knowledge. Like we all know, like I've said, chosen ones, they're old souls. So when they come here, they start to gather the knowledge. They'll go through each and every experience. You will think actually everything is against you. Most of the time I've been talking to people, even sometime in sessions, and they were being like cursing themselves out and thinking, why are all these things happening to them? Why is it that only them in their families, they are the ones actually who are experiencing these situations? So the secret behind the whole thing is that you have actually been deactivated. If you're a chosen one who is still going through a lot of trauma, a lot of drama, and a lot of this kind of things, chaos and everything, you have got to know you are in the right place. You are exactly where you need to be. You are gathering the lessons. This is like some kind of a school. So the universe puts you in those conditions and in those particular places because the universe is teaching you very, very important lessons. It is exactly those lessons you are going to use to help other individuals exactly the very moment you get the activation. The very moment, by activation, for the most of you have been following me for a while, by activation, I mean you awaken. You awaken to your true authenticity. You remember who you are. Like I've mentioned in my videos, the chosen ones, they always remember the moment you awaken, a chosen one, they're going to remember who they are. So that memory comes back that very moment you activate, because your ego, you shed your ego, and then you go through a process called the dark night of the soul. Now, when the dark night of the soul is happening, that is whereby you start shading off these things that you've been accustomed to. You know, you start shading off old friends. Sometimes you start shading off all toxic family members, because now God or the universe or whatever it is you believe in, now God is preparing you to step into your mission, and you now start to help other individuals. Even most of the cases, chosen ones, you can even sometimes help your own families. Your own families are going to start learning from you. Of course, in the beginning, it is going to scare them. Most of the time, when most of the chosen ones are getting activated and waking up, the first thing that will happen, one of the very first thing that is going to happen, which have also happened in my journey, your friends, your closest friends and family members, the very first thing they will do is they will separate themselves away from you, because at that moment they do not recognize who you are. That is because you're shedding the ego. And now you're stepping into your spiritual nature. You're getting more connected to your higher self, because your higher self is now starting to guide you to your life purpose. And the very moment you step into your life purpose, that is when exactly you are going to now start to do exactly what it is you came here to do. So you may find yourself a chosen one. During the activation, you start stepping out of your jobs, your old jobs. You start separating from your wives. You start divorcing your wives. You start to cut yourself off from friends and things. All the things that used to identify you in physical form. Because when you're activated, you're moving towards your higher nature. You're getting towards the higher version of you. Now you're moving into higher nature, and that higher nature is the one who's going to help you to step into your purpose with authenticity. So if you're chosen one out there, even sometimes I've seen men on my page, you may be going through suffering. You may be homeless. You may be sleeping in shelters. You may be isolated somewhere. You may be struggling even sometimes to eat. You may be even sometimes struggling to dress your own children. Everything is happening for you because in that particular situation that you're in, you're going through universal lessons. You are having this, the lessons have got to be learned because it is through those lessons you're going to use the experience you gain. And now that experience, you're going to connect the time the experience you go through in the physical form at the point of your awakening. You connect to your higher nature, you connect to your higher self. Now your higher self is going to give you the wisdom you need. For the most of you guys have been hearing me talking about the spiritual downloads. So when you step into your higher nature, you connect to your spirit. It's like you connect to God. Now God will give you the wisdom. All the wisdom that has been stored has been hidden from you during the deactivation process. Now you collect two things. Your experience that you've gained on this planet, and that experience gets now the experience you've gone through, it gets the wisdom. So two things are going to happen when you awaken. You're going to gather the experience you've gone through in physical form, and your higher self now is going to give you the wisdom that has always been kept from you. So when you're deactivated, most of the wisdom is shut down. That's why you see most of the cases you're working like a robot. You're part of the matrix. So you have got to be involved and become part of the matrix so that you understand how these people operate. Whatever situation it is you've been, like I've said, whether it is your family, your workplace, or whatever it is, health kind of situations, whatever it is, anywhere you have been placed, it is not a coincidence. Everything that is going on around you is actually happening for you. So the wisdom gets activated when you awaken. Your wisdom, now you start to download the wisdom. Now the wisdom starts coming back to you, and you use that wisdom in addition to the knowledge to the experience you've gained on this planet. You combine the two things together, and now you step into your purpose. That is why most of the people who awaken, shortly after the awakening, they discover their purpose, because now their wisdom starts to download. They start to download that wisdom, the infinite wisdom. And I'm talking about the infinite wisdom, the wisdom that is coming from source. And that wisdom normally comes through something what they call the spiritual download. So now the universe, God, starts to feeding you with that wisdom that has always been kept for you, the infinite wisdom. That wisdom, now you combine it with the experience you have experienced when you've been on this planet. And now you can go out there and authentically speak about the experience you've gone through. Now you can help other individuals who are in your shoes, who are in the same position you've been. Because like you already know, most of the chosen ones, you can never be the same person. You can fight with it. You will struggle with it. You fight with it. You try to go back to your old habits. You try to do things a different way. There's no other way around it. When you have been activated, when you've gone through the spiritual awakening, you can never become the same person again. You can never stay the same person again. So you are now going to start to transform on a very much more spiritual level. Now you're going to start to do things exactly how you should do them. I'm talking about the things you're supposed to do in your authentic nature. And that is the only way you're now going to start help people, other individuals, to become a better version of themselves. And again, most of these things are going to, because normally when you get activated, when you get awakened, apart from the wisdom, because that wisdom is also going to help you to reveal a lot of things about you that you never knew, because now you're stepping into authenticity. So you get the downloads, and those downloads, you combine them with the experience that you have gone through, whichever it is, situation you've been. Now you start to use that experience and the wisdom combined to help other individuals and to improve their lives and to create awareness to the collective, helping also other individuals to become a better version of themselves and raising awareness to help other individuals attain a higher level of consciousness. And that is what happens with the chosen one. So for the most of the chosen ones, you have been wondering a lot, where does this whole suffering come from? It looks as if every day is a struggle. You're moving from house to house. You can't feed yourself. You can't feed your children. You're suffering. You're in hospitals. Some of you have been even involved in accidents. You've been involved. Even most of you have even sometimes had near-death experiences. You've even survived death. Most of the times, if you're a chosen one and you still got a mission with you, which you already have, nothing will ever happen to you. There will be a lot of things to hinder your progress. Sometimes they will slow you down a bit, but whatever it is that you're going through or whatever it is that you experience, it is supposed to happen because everything is happening according to divine timing. In my previous video, I said that the chosen ones, you do not choose when you're going to wake up. You don't choose when you're going to wake up. When the divine is ready, when they know that, okay, so this particular individual, they have learned their lessons, they have gone through all these experiences, they have seen everything. There are some chosen ones who go through those kind of dark moments, even sometimes for 2 years. You will see a lot of them sleeping in their cars. You see a lot of them sleeping on the streets. You see a lot of them having to go to psychiatric hospitals because they think they are crazy or something like that. They have got to endure. And that endurance normally is helping you to strengthen you because the mission of a chosen one is a very strong mission. It's a very big mission. It's a mission from divine. And if you're not prepared mentally, if you're not prepared physically, if you're not prepared psychologically in each and every way, that's why most of the time when you see the chosen ones, when they're speaking, when the chosen one starts to speak, you'll automatically know where they're coming from because you'll almost feel their energy. The chosen one, they speak with a lot of authority. They are very authoritative people. Those individuals, they speak with authority and they know what they're talking about. So you can never challenge a chosen one. If you know a chosen one that you're following them and they're telling you something, I've already said in my videos, those individuals, they are downloading information from source. Their bulbs have been activated and their chakras are open. And they're now starting to download information from source and they're using that information, the wisdom from it, the infinite wisdom, combining it with the experiences that they have gone through to help you go through life in a high vibration, to stay on a high vibration, to elevate your vibration, and to help you raise your awareness to higher consciousness. So most of the times, everything what you see happening around you, all the things you're going through, you might see sometimes in your own family, in your own workplace, you are the only one suffering in your job. It's like it looks as if in your workplace you are the only one who is given the extra load. Your own family, they will build mansions, they will drive supercars, they will do this, they will do that. Even sometimes they will be millionaires. You're the only one without a coin. But I can guarantee you guys, if you're on this channel listening to me, I can guarantee you if you're a chosen one, you are going to tap into something what they call the infinite abundance. The chosen ones, they know how to, when they're activated, they also get tapped into the infinite abundance. But that infinite abundance, it's actually that wealth that they will create for generations. So you may find sometimes you're a chosen one. You find your purpose. You are going to know exactly what you need to do to better your life because the chosen one, they already know abundance and all these good things on the planet. It is their birthright. It is just because they were deactivated and everything was taken from them. So it could have been taken from them, from their families. Sometimes you might have families whereby you see there's a lot of wealth in the family, but there's only one individual in that family that is suffering. There's one individual, when the families are sharing land, they're sharing money, they're sharing the wealth or something like that, the chosen one is always left out. They are always hiding their abundance from them. That is because that abundance is the worldly abundance. That worldly abundance, usually it will get what do they call it? The worldly abundance, it can always disappear, it can always vanish. But infinite abundance, it can never vanish because it is generational wealth. So do not worry if you're chosen one. You're suffering, your families are sharing plots of land, your families are sharing land, your families are wealthy, most of them have built mansions or things like that. I can guarantee you a chosen one, if you're a chosen one, you are going to get abundant. That abundance is going to come to you along your path because you are going to decide the path. You're going to start stepping into authenticity and you start following your path of purpose. And it is through that purpose now you're going to start to create something what they call infinite wealth. You're going to start creating generational wealth. Whatever it is you're going through as a chosen one, it is a lesson. It is a lesson that has got to be learned. Most of those individuals, you see them, they may look better than you. They may be well off more than you. They may look even sometimes happier than you. But on a very spiritual level, I can guarantee you, those individuals, they are empty. inside of them, they are empty. They have a lot to show, a lot of money to show, to splash around and things like that, fancy cars to drive or things like that. But I can guarantee you from the inside, they are empty. And there's nothing, they have nothing from the inside. But you as a chosen one, when you awaken, you understand that actually you are very abundant in each and every way. You have an abundance of knowledge, of wisdom, of wealth, of health. All these things are going to start coming back to you because now you're stepping into your authenticity and you're becoming exactly that person you came here to be. You're finding your life purpose, which is usually mostly to help other individuals, to elevate them to higher levels of consciousness. And when you're doing that, believe me, the universe, God, or whatever it is you want to call it, the universe is rewarding you infinitely. I'm talking about infinitely because the infinite abundance is going to start coming to you in all types of ways from all corners of earth. The wealth is not start going to come to you. You're not going to go to find the wealth is going to come to you. Because the chosen ones, they already know the dynamics of wealth and how it works with money and wealth and these kind of things. They know that they attract wealth. They don't go out seeking for wealth, they attract the wealth comes to them, so the money comes to them. They don't go to find the money. Which even brings us to the basic reason why the chosen ones, most of them, they even sometimes fall out of their workplaces. You see them resigning from their work because now they have noticed they have been enslaved in some kind of a system, in the matrix. They are now starting to get themselves out of the matrix. And now they're starting to create because the chosen ones, they know wealth is achieved through creation. You are supposed to create. There's so many creations you can do on this planet. Everything you use in your household, everything you touch, as long as you wake up in the morning, everything the showers you step into, the cups you use to drink your tea, the place you use to eat, the perfumes you use, each and everything has been created by a chosen one. Those individuals who knew and they discovered that actually they can do something to help other individuals to live a better life. They have created stuff, and that stuff is what has made them infinitely abundant. So the chosen one, the first thing they do when they awaken, they start to step out of their workplaces because they know those workplaces are refining them, are confining them in a small space, and now they don't have a chance to grow. But when they come into that knowledge of self, they start to decide that they are going to make their own creations. But whichever thing or whatever it is they're going to create, it has got to be something that is going to help other people. Whether it's going to be a perfume you're going to make, whether it's going to be a song you're going to write, whether it's going to be a book you're going to write, it is a book that is going to reach millions of people all over the planet. And it is that actually knowledge that you get that is going to also make you infinitely abundant. And that is where the infinite abundance comes from. It is what we call the generational wealth. So you do not worry when you see people rising above you. They will step all over you. They will do whatever it is they want to you. They will squeeze you. They will do whatever it is. They will do all sorts of shit to you. You do not care. You have got to know the only reason why they are doing that is because they have not yet really discovered who you are. They just think that you are any other individual. But the very moment you get your bulbs activated and you know and you remember who you are, I can guarantee you those people that have been actually taking you for a ride, they're the very first people who are going to separate from you. They are going to run away from you because at that moment, you have now discovered exactly who you are. And now you're ready to step into authenticity, to become that person you came here to be. So don't worry, chosen ones. A lot of things can go west, things can go south, can go north and east, whatever it is. Things may go wrong with you along your journey. You're going to experience all kinds of difficulties. The chosen ones, they suffer the most in this planet. They are individuals. When you want to know who a chosen one is, I want you to sit down with them. If you know them individually, or if sometimes you're following them online, I want you to listen very closely to their stories. Those individuals, they have got a story to tell. And it is a very detailed story. That is because during their lifetimes, they have been going through the lessons. They have been learning a lot of things. And the things they are learning, however hard it might have looked, however hard it might have seemed, however difficult things might have seemed, those particular experiences, they were designing them for their purpose. They were designing them for their mission because those people, those particular individuals, that is why this video goes out to most of those individuals who are actually, they think that they're punishing people. Maybe sometimes those individuals, they're your family members. They're doing all these kind of things to you. They're looking down upon you. They're looking down upon you. They're stepping all over you. They're doing whatever it is they want to do. They are taking you for a ride. Those particular individuals you're taking for a ride, they may seem as if they are suffering, but those individuals, they're going to be activated. The very moment those individuals get activated, that is when you're going to know that for all this time you've been playing with the chosen one. Those chosen ones, I've always said, they are very special anointed people of God. They've been put you on this planet to experience life, first of all, in physical form. They will get deactivated so that they can experience life in physical form, and the universe will put them in the most difficult circumstances ever. The most dangerous families. You'll find chosen ones, they're involved with gangs. Some of them, they are even sometimes have gangs living around them. Sometimes they will be seeing bullets flying all over their heads. They will be seeing all these things because those are the life experiences they are supposed to experience, because at the end of that lesson, those particular individuals they are going to activate, they will get activated. And the very moment they get activated, it's game over. So do not beat yourself out there. This video is just to give you awareness. I've told you guys that I'm going to be coming around and bringing you the secret, what is behind the veil, those things what you don't see. So if you're a person out there, you've been having a lot of questions, life seems to be at a standstill, there's no movement going forward, you're experiencing all kinds of difficulties, whatever it is, situation, life, even sometimes near-death experiences, you do not have to shake. Everything is shaping you for the lesson. This is like a training ground. The matrix will train you and will make you understand these things on a deep level. Now when you get activated, you now step out of the matrix, and now you tap into your divine wisdom. You attach that wisdom to the knowledge you've experienced and you've gained, and the experiences you've gained on this planet, and now you're going to combine everything together, and that is where your power is going to come from, because now you're going to start to help other individuals in a very much more positive way. If this video makes sense, guys, like always, you give us a like, don't forget to comment, leave us a comment in the section below. Much love and blessings, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye now.